Assalamu alaikum, guys. How are you doing? Welcome to the Dean Show, and I'm with Arnold Van Dorn.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
How are you?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah.
Peace be with you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Now, just to bring people up to speed, you have an amazing story because several years back, I remember back in the States,
Right.
they were sending out a DVD free of charge,
Uh-huh.
and it was a film that was pretty much creating fear. I call it manufactured fear, distortions about Islam to the general public.
Right.
And it was called
Fitna.
Fitna.
Yes.
You were part of that film?
Now, I'm not part of the film,
Yeah.
but I'm not the director. Some people say
Yeah.
that I was the director or the person that took the initiative. No, but I was responsible for the distribution, promotion, and everything. So in that, yeah, you can say that I was part of it, but not in the production.
What was the agenda behind that film?
Well, I have to be honest, in that time I really believed that Islam was an evil religion. That was, all the bias thing you read in the media, like oppressing women and promoting terrorism and things like that. So I'm not using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
As an excuse, because I think you're always responsible for your own knowledge. But still, at that moment I believed it was good that we are warning people for Islam and that it was something dangerous. So basically that was the idea of the movie, to warn people for Islam.
So it was warning the general public, like
Yeah.
Islam is the boogeyman, I call it. Like
Yes.
it's coming to get
Yes,
you. Wake
yes.
up, people.
Yeah, basically like
Yeah.
that. So it's not that I hated people. I don't hate people or hated Islam, but I was very
Concerned.
anti and concerned. I was concerned, and
Yeah.
I really thought it was necessary to warn people.
Yeah. And I feel that's why we do these programs out of the love, because to share really what Islam is about, because I really
Yes.
feel like when people really know, when they connect with Muslims, when they learn Islam, like you did, and that's where we're going to get to the next part of your story, because you went from really being at that end of the spectrum to actually now you accepted Islam. Now you went to
Alhamdulillah.
you went to
Yes.
Hajj. I actually saw something about your son also taking the Shahada.
لا إله لا إله إلا الله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
This is the declaration that there's
Yes.
nothing worthy of worship except the Creator
Yes.
of the heavens and the earth, and you accepted Islam. So tell us, at what point in this, because you're also a politician, tell us about that, what you do back home.
What I do back home now, because well, it's not Belgium. It's the Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Well, Belgium was part of the Netherlands in the
Yeah.
past, so okay, Belgium.
Yeah.
No. I make a lot of people angry in Belgium. No, I'm from the Netherlands. I live in The Hague. It's near Amsterdam. It's the third city of the Netherlands. So, well, it's basically a long story, but I was curious about Islam. I heard all this negativity about Islam, but it didn't make any sense. But how is it possible that, like, in the Netherlands, 1.2 million people, Muslims, worldwide, what is it, almost 2 billion? How can all these people be evil people or bad people? It didn't make any sense. So I wanted to know more about Islam, and I just went with a colleague of mine, and we just secretly, bought the Quran, and we wanted to know something.
Secretly.
Basically secretly, because at that moment I was still involved in this party, PVV, of Geert Wilders. But we didn't understand it. We had no intention, of course, to become a Muslim, to embrace Islam, but we wanted to know more. We wanted to try to understand what was wrong with all these people. And the moment you start gaining knowledge about Islam, something is awakening in your heart. Something small, but the more you learn about Islam and the more you listen to people that have knowledge of Islam, the more it became clear to me that Islam was not a bad religion at all. It's a very peaceful religion. It has a lot of wisdom. It has answers to all your questions, basically. So during this period, and it was a roller coaster, because it took me over here from starting to learn about Islam to become a Muslim, to embrace Islam, like maybe a year and a half later. Sometimes you had weeks, you know, the shaitan is always available.
Yeah.
And then, no, this can't be true. They are trying to brainwash me. This is, you know, they're trying to put Islam as a very peaceful religion. It's not true. And then I didn't do anything for weeks sometimes. And then I went to the mosque again and reading again and talking to the imam. And during this progress, you know, about a year with ups and downs, it became clear for me that Islam was the solution. It's the only right religion. It's not a religion, basically. It's your entire life.
Way of life. Yeah.
It's your way of life. Yeah, yeah.